I guess we'll do Luigi. Luigi's like the last, I'd say, like relevant character that you really have to like worry about.
I was just
How
thinking
good.
about Ganon.
Nah, but
One of our
Ganon-
best players is a Ganon player, and we're not even gonna talk about Ganon
mean-
because he's
I mean,
too
you wanna-
trash.
he's trash.
uh,
Game Watch is better than Ganon, dude. Do Game Watch analysis before Ganon.
That wasn't easy enough.
Hey, what's up, people?
Alright, hello to everyone in chat. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. So last couple of weeks we've just been doing bot analysis and talking about certain matchups, you know, going through the match or whatever. But I thought today we just go over a quick overview of a different game plan for every single matchup of like the top like maybe 10 to 12 characters, like the ones you most commonly face in tournament. Well, basically if you have a game plan, the whole point of writing a game plan down is to have the most important aspects of the matchup written on paper. So you can play a matchup and autopilot it and like might not be doing important things. What you want to do is with a matchup plan is ingrain the most important parts or aspects of a matchup into your autopilot and into your like flow state pretty much. So by writing them down and by thinking about them, you kind of reinforce the ideas, if that makes sense. And then over each character, I'll discuss like why these things are important. Then I'll show like maybe some examples in game and stuff if you don't understand, right? Sound good? Let's just start with Fox. Alright, so I'm kind of curious to hear Max's perspective on some of these two, just so I can like maybe go through some of them. So if you're about to face a Fox, right? So like what do you think are like the most important aspects of fighting Fox, you'd say?
Whiff punish grab, that like,
Okay.
and thick cheese, edge guard.
With Fox 2, some really important ones I'd say too are understanding some of the combo escapes. So like understanding how to SCI drill, when to use crouch cancel against Nair, how to SCI use up through up air and stuff like that. So like dash dance, grab tech chase. Edge guards, I probably would like bold it as like one of the most important, because if you're like consistent with edge guards against Fox, you can do really well. Basically, you can almost rely entirely on punish game and edge guards against Fox and have a pretty crappy neutral and still do well in that matchup, just because he's like so light that you can kill him pretty early with a guess. How do you think you would get your most common open ups in neutral, besides with punish with dash chance?
Overshoot.
Overshoot Nair or?
Nairs or like. Okay, so yeah. Overshoot nairs are like sometimes when you know he's gonna come in up airs.
Sure. Okay. So okay.
In neutral, using up air versus Fox on platforms. Start knockdown slash tech chase situations. And using Nair to overshoot to catch Fox's dashback. And
Last thing I would say is
knowing when each of your
so. Do you know like relatively when all your aerials would knock down as Falcon? So like you know how like you can up air someone at low percent and they won't like be put in a tech situation. Like do you know around when up air would get knocked down?
To be honest, I don't know.
I feel like
So-
it's like 70. I know it's
Yeah.
way earlier than that, but
Yeah,
It's like-
it's earlier than that. So like this is something I would like prefer to like actually get the exact number, because like I could ballpark it in my head, but you can just use a program called Melee Calculator and like do all this yourself. When you know exactly when an aerial is gonna knock down, you can start going for like option coverage and tech chases, and when it's not gonna knock down, you know you can combo into grab and stuff like that. So like as Puff, I know exactly when back air knocks down, and then I can go for like a tech chase or a read as soon as the back air. So when I know a move is gonna knock down, I could use that move a lot more effectively, because it's basically they're a lot more likely to miss a tech at the earlier percents because they're not expecting to get knocked down and stuff like that. And it leads to big open ups, especially as Falcon. Like getting the early possiblest back air into like knee on knockdown and stuff like that. That's how a lot of Falcons get an open and stuff like that. So I'd say that those are like the important ones. Like this is how I like just like write like a matchup, like just like a quick visualization. If there's something like that I want a picture of, I can just like Google it quick or whatever, or like make an example in game. Sometimes I like to have like a visual representation, like of an edge guard in my head. But usually like I think like if you go too excessive with your matchup notes, you're not gonna be able to read them before a set or like anything important like that. If you make it like 2 pages, 3 pages long, that might be valuable for like analysis, like for your own time, but like they're not really useful for like just kind of like picking up important information before a match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is very short, easy to just skim over really quickly.
Yeah.
And we'll do Falco. It's pretty similar, but there's some different stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, understanding
how to use CC/dashback to counter lasers, knowing shield options versus his pressure, very important.
what else?
How to mix up your DI versus pillar combos.
I think we discussed this before, how you can like mix up hard STIing up and away and like doing down and away, just making it as hard as possible for Falco to follow you up.
Like,
This
on
this
the-
is like this is the same thing. I'll just copy paste it pretty much. It's also like just as important. Same thing versus Falco. It's just he's a slightly different way because he's like it's like the tiniest bit heavier, and his fast fall speed is a little different. So the percents are a little different, but it's pretty similar. But lasers are like the big thing, and like just as like a quick note, like X
Good counters versus double laser. CC gentleman. Power shield grab or full hop up air. Those are all good ones.
this website called Melee Calculator. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you've seen this site before. It's very sweaty. Okay, so basically the way it works is you have an attacker here, so you put like
Holy shit!
I usually just like doing FD because it's easy. You have attacker, so let's do Falcon, and then you could choose a move, and then you can have the other character that's affecting, right? A good example is being like, okay, let me just like put like Falcon here, and then Fox do like an up smash, and you can just like calculate with different DIs at different percents and seeing like what time you would die from Fox up smash, knowing how to DI different moves, and just really useful stuff that is pretty important in certain matchups. So this is the most useful for calculating when exactly your move's gonna kill. So like a good one, for example, is like when is down throw knee gonna kill Puff? What's the lowest percent it's gonna kill Puff? That way, when she's at the absolute lowest percent, you know, okay, this is the best time to get a grab because the kill here is the most valuable from down throw, right? It's just an example.
Use wall jump tech versus down smash slash bear. Pretty efficient tech, yes. To recover when you are low.
That's a really important one because if you're like low versus Falco, especially if you're at a higher percent, you're like very likely to die if you just do regular tech. The only real way to get out usually of like the edge guard flowchart is to get like a wall jump back air and like kind of hit them away. Then you can usually recover. So like practicing that and being consistent is like pretty important, I'd say. Oh, Marth. All right. So we discussed this one a bit, but just same thing. Just on your thoughts.
You can crouch cancel like until like it's like you can like be over like 100 and you can still crouch cancel, so that's a good thing to know. Like I think about that and grabs.
What about Legend of Invincibility, dude? I like
Yeah.
yelled at you for like an entire hour about that.
Yeah, but that's my game plan like in general. Like she punk out yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say like you have like the grabs and like grabs.
Grabs in general are your most consistent way to start and end combos at low percent and use down throw at high percent. Down throw, knee, true combos, and kills has, let's just say, around 90%.
So something like this is like very useful because like if you get too generalized and you get too hyper specific, Melee has like a lot of exceptions to every rule. So this is like something I like to do is just like a general game plan like for your throws. So in general, you can use down throw in certain situations at lower percent, but like on an average, as an aggregate, like using up throw at low percents and down throw high percents is like a very consistent, good flow chart to use versus Marth. Because versus like you can up throw, and then you can do like regrab and like you can do up air versus a lot of DIs, and if they start doing like DI up and like mashing an aerial, you can just bait it out and get another grab, stuff like that. And then like I said, in the no swing, you get down throw past 90%. It just true combos in knee if you chase it properly. You gotta do full op versus DI in, you gotta do dash knee versus DI away, but it's pretty consistent.
Yep.
Edge guarding.
Okay, that's new. So je suis pas encore le game plan, mais genre, yeah, genre just refresh.
That's why we're
and-
doing this.
Yeah, no, I know.
Sick.
And being patient, yeah.
Mhm.
Like trust your invincibility and just yeet him. Like
Right.
if he's really low percent, you can stun knee, and otherwise just reverse knee.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Perfect. So edge guarding, make sure you refresh with either max dash or double jump right before he up Bs. Ideally, he up Bs through you. How should I word this? He up Bs
Satisfying.
on stage, and you get either stomp knee or reverse knee, depending the percent.
Yes.
that's pretty good. Random side notes.
If he's spamming B-tilt, you can short up stomp, aka Lord Stomp, over it. And if he's spamming Nair, do lots of dash dance grab.
So there's something I like to do too. Is like in certain matchups, people kind of like play a certain style all the time. So versus Marth, I find versus Falcon, the Marths either are down tilt spammers or they're Nair spammers. It's usually one of the two. It's not usually like both. Very commonly, they'll either rely on one or the other for like their main open ups and neutral. Some like kind of do fair spam, but like that kind of is the same idea as Nair spam, where you just basically use lots more dash dance. If he's down tilting you a lot, it's harder to dash dance, but it means you can get more open ups with stomp.
Yep.
So just like trying to like recognize in the first stock how they're gonna play their neutral on average, and then yeah, you know, adjust with your own game plan. All right, what do you think about Puff?
Just hit her. Like, and at some point you'll be able to kill her. Like, don't try to kill her early. Just rack some percent.
Just hit her. Is that really your hard hitting analysis?
Yeah, because like, if you try to just like instead of just kneeing, you can up air more and rack up more
All
percent.
right, how are you hitting your neutral? How are you getting your open ups?
I don't know, up airs. I just
Shit,
Okay.
I missed it. You said
bet.
just hitter.
Yeah.
it's easy as that. I'm just.
But I understand what you mean. You said to Lunar that now you just try to hit her instead of trying to kill her.
Yeah.
That's an interesting way to put about it. Okay, so basically, the way I view this matchup as Falcon is
You abuse crouch cancel at low percent for reversals very often. Reversals / grabs. Force her to burn one or two jumps, and getting up airs becomes much easier. Don't overcommit to edge guarding / going off stage too risky to get reversaled. So main kill options are down throw knee, nair, second hit nair to knee, gentleman to knee, which combos, or weak back air to knee.
So these are like the main kill options you want to look around 60-70%. You can start fishing a lot more for these kills because getting an early percent kill on Jigglypuff is really valuable. So if she lives every stock to 120, 130%, as opposed to living stocks to like 70, 80%, it's like she has like an extra 1 or 2 stocks at the start of a match, right? Which is why like the Falcons that are good at getting the kill confirms tend to do a lot better in the matchup. Like, I mean, Wizrobe's clearly the best versus Puff because he's very good, has good reaction on down throw knee, and like knows how to get his grabs. I'll do the same thing with Puffs.
If they are doing full approaching bear, full hop, then fast fall up air is good. And if they are doing short hop retreating bear, run, short hop, full drift, stomp is good.
So like, there's 2 different types of like airs Puff can do. Well, there's like actually 3, but like there's 2 more common ones. So like, let me just show you. So you have like, I'll just do an FD actually. So you have like Puff here, right? So she can do the let's just make Falcon here. So Puff can do like the aerial where she short hops and full drifts forward and gets a back air and like the spacing, but she's committed to a full drift like this, right? Or she can like jump towards you, do a short hop, and then do drift back and back air. So she's putting a hitbox like this, right? So like one hitbox is like right in your face like this, and the other one's is kind of retreating like this, right? So the one that's like closer, and because it's a little higher because she's full drifting towards you, you can full hop above it and then fast fall up air it. And then the one where it's kind of like retreating, you can actually
Wait it out.
jump, short hop after, wait it out, and then try to get a stomp, and then try to get a punish after. What else is good?
Not going too low while recovering.
Yeah. So
When recovering, always try to up B high and mix up drifts. Down B is usually good.
yeah, you go for a down B, like the Falcon kick to recover. Usually, it's really easy for Puff to cover that. Whereas like the full drift, since Puff doesn't have great movement, like vertically, she can't get up very fast. So she can go left to right really quickly. But going up, she has to burn, jump, 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 and it takes her a while. And using top platform to either ledge cancel or mix up is like really hard for her to cover. So just going high a lot and getting hit over and over again, even though you get hit quite a few times, eventually you're way more likely to get back on stage.
And is there a mix-up between landing on the platform and fast falling through?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So
It works every time, bro. Nobody's ready for that.
yeah,
You
because
go
like
through every time?
Yeah, I've always done that, and nobody punishes me for it. Like every time it's a mix-up, but it's like since I just do it.
because like Puff can't cover both, she just can't, because she can't fall very fast. She can't fall very fast at all. One thing with Puff that people like don't think about is that she's really probably the best at covering like directly horizontal, like right like behind her back air is an amazing spacing tool. Her nair is really good too. Her up air is really good, but getting up quickly is just something she can't do. Like Falcon can full hop and he's the top platform. He can do full hop air, he's there instantly. Marth can do full hop air, he's there instantly. Fox can do full hop up air, he's there instantly. Falco can do full hop back air, he's there instantly. Puff has to do jump, 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 and then barely get an up air out like 5 seconds later. She takes a long time to get to the top of like platforms in a lot of stages. Like vertically, she really struggles to get up the fast. And then also once she's up there, her fast fall speed is super slow, and she has to go all the way down. You know, Falcon, when you fast fall, you drop like a brick. You know, it's like if someone just drops your refrigerator out your window. You just fall instantly. But Puff, it takes a while for her to get down, right? So using recoveries that abuse her vertical, like lack of mobility is like pretty good. Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's just do Ditto then. Ditto. I don't think we've talked about this matchup yet.
Il y a deux genres de Ditto, man.
Yeah.
Genre, il y a les. Celui qui sait être le plus cool, puis ensuite il y a genre. Lui qui veut gagner le plus, là. If you want to win more, just like crouch castle, gentleman, take chase, up
Right. Right. Okay, so. Well, how you getting your open ups in neutral? Like nairs, grabs, up airs, back airs?
A lot of overshoots. And
Overshoot nairs to cover dash dance?
yeah. And even
Okay.
weak knees. Weak knees work.
Sure. So,
Use overshoots in neutral to punish dash dance. When it comes at you, you can up air. Main punish is using tech chase, trying to end combo in either double knee or knee up air.
edge guards.
Single hit nair, man. Like the second hit nair, like as soon as you start to
Always hard cover. Going high to force them lower where it's much easier to punish.
So when Falcon goes low in the Ditto, he basically can't recover really, because the only like true way you can sweet spot is by doing the reverse up B. But you can just do like short hop drop knee, and like a lot of times it just covers that completely. You can do stomps, you can do like you can even do single hit in there, you can jab. Like there's a lot of options you have to cover when they go low. So if you kind of condition them to go high, or sorry, if you kind of condition them to go low by punishing their high recoveries over and over again, it becomes a lot easier to edge guard them.
Versus nair spammers, use CC slash up airs to counter. Versus dash dance spammers use overshoot nair slash knee to hit them out and force. Side note, tech chasing place is far easier, and this Falcon doesn't have a good wake up option.
So basically, Falcon's wake up option in tech chasing is pretty much jab or side B. That's like its fastest way to escape. You can roll too, but like neither of those are very great. So it's not like a shine. So like at lower percents when you're tech chasing, it's like a lot better to just try to like go pure reactions, because even if you're a bit late on your reaction in second place, there's not much he can do. He's just still in a bad negative spot once he wakes up, because he has to kind of either throw a gimmick, like hoping you mess up your reaction by throwing a side B or jab, or he has to just kind of run away, in which case he gives you a lot of time to punish the second place. So like doing like the option coverage in this matchup is especially good, where you do like back air, up air to cover attack, and then read the tech rolls. Is more consistent because like once he wakes up, he doesn't have like a good get off me like shine or down smash or like stuff that other characters have like up B or something. Or up tilt, exactly. Yeah, he has like nothing, he has no wake up tilts at all, so that's good.
That's bad.
Well, it's bad for him, but in a Ditto, it's good. Okay, let's do Peach.
Bait, man. Just want to bait, man. Bait those dash attacks, bait those down smashes.
Be aware of dash attack at all times. It's her easiest and best way to... Wait, why is it saying that? Start combos.
She can do like nairs and stuff too, but like dash attacks are her only way to overshoot, right?
Once you either hit her or force her air, you...
So once she's in the air, all of her hitboxes are pretty big, but yours have more disjoint. The only one that can challenge disjoint is Fair, but Fair has by far the most startup out of any move. You basically just need to like watch out for like Fair because it hits really far in front of her. But besides that, you can really outspace her with nair and up air quite a lot, and same thing with back air. Back air is a good way to end a stock because it has good range and she can kind of float into it very often. Up air is good for juggles at like mid%.
Use same thing versus Marth. Use up throw low percent and down throw at high percent.
Technically speaking, down throw need isn't actually true combo. If they're perfect, they can wiggle out and then air dodge.
Yeah,
but in practice, like no one really does that. But it kind of becomes a mix-up because you can down throw, dash, and then wait, and then they do the wiggle out air dodge, and you can just knee it. So it becomes a 50-50 at worst. So it's still a good decision to down throw.
But Beam does it, man. It's stinky.
It's kind of annoying to deal with because like versus most people, you can just get a knee and it's nice for a kill.
Don't. I got it. Jump into her on platforms. Oh yeah, that's for sure. She will down smash you 10 out of 10 times. If anything, do a short hop or some bait, then punish the lag with either stomp or up air. Up smash.
Up smash works.
Yeah, you can use up smash too. But I think like if you get a nipple, it's like a big punish you can get from it.
True.
So you played like Marth? Like Marth?
Here, let me explain this. So basically Peach, when she's at the ledge, so a lot of times as Falcon, it's really hard to like true cover edge guard her. But what you can do is you can use up airs and back airs and kind of, you know, she does the up B and then she drifts away from the back airs and she kind of goes to ledge. Okay, so like let's say you're Falcon here, right? Yes. And Peach is like here and she's like floating with her parasol, right?
That's gonna be a hard one.
I don't know how to drop parasol. I'm not gonna try. But let's just say she's Peach here, right? It's my crown, and she's floating, right? So as Falcon, you want to try to stick out like back airs and like up airs around the spacing here, and then she can kind of like float like this and kind of avoid it. Then at the last second go to ledge, right?
Yep.
So it's better to do that than it is to just try like hard cover ledge, and then she can just go high and just float above you and get center stage for free. So I'm saying it's more ideal to force her to kind of drift and kind of take ledge, because once she's at ledge, she has very bad ledge options. So Peach doesn't have like a good true ledge dash. She doesn't have like any form of invincibility when she's from the ledge. She basically has to gamble between doing a tournament winner, doing get up attack, or doing a roll, which all are pretty punishable by Falcon. You can get a lot of grabs when you force her to ledge. So I'm just saying it's better and more consistent to kind of cover her high options when she's trying to up B. So some Peaches try to up B high and they try to like float all the way, then they fast fall near the end, right? As Falcon, you can kind of full hop and kind of force her, like bully her away from that, bully her away, and kind of force her to do this kind of like drift away float thing, right? If you see Wizrobe, he's good at this. So Wizrobe, what he'll do is he'll like do short hop knee or short hop like back air like this, and like Peach has to kind of respect that, because if she tries to like drift, she'll just get hit by the knee, right? So she has to fast fall, avoid it.
Yeah.
Then he'll do it again, fast fall to avoid it, and then she'll like fast fall to ledge, and then once she's at the ledge, if Wizrobe can't like F tilt it or something, he'll just like basically dash dance here and like force Peach to do a bad option and try to kill her.
It's like one of those matchups that it's actually a strategy to give Peach the ledge.
Yeah, exactly. Like ideally you'd want to edge guard her if possible, but a lot of times you just can't. So like let me just Google like a random Wizrobe versus Peach. Okay, so let's see what he does here. So he gets a knee. So he jumps out. He kind of see this up air. If Peach full drifts forward, he would have got hit by the up air. Then he covers the ledge here, and now she doesn't have her float anymore.
Yeet.
And then he's able to punish the up B leg, right?
Yeah.
So this was possible only because of this drop up air here. So it might have been possible for Triff to maybe avoid this if he drifted back and got on the ledge or whatever. But he's always covering Peach trying to get on stage. He'll never let Peach on stage for free. At the very worst, she gets the ledge, maybe. But if you do the edge guard flowchart properly, she wouldn't even be able to do that. Let's see what he does here. So he gets a knee. Kind of forces her, you know, gives her space. Doesn't jump out right away. Just doesn't want to let her back on stage. Get off stage. And see, he's okay with her grabbing the ledge. You see how he kind of let her do that? He didn't try to force another jump here. Because if he jumped out here... So this one he gets the up air because he waits for the air dodge. But like right here, if he tried to jump out and force a hit, he may be able to float over him and then get center stage back, right? But he plays it patient, he waits. And she's still in a bad spot. He manages to get out, right? But that's what I'm saying. It's like okay to like let her out of certain edge guard situations if her only option is to get the ledge. Same thing, lets her go to ledge. And then gets a back air from it. So that's like the general idea versus like Peach and edge guarding her. You can't be, it's like one of those characters, it's not like Fox, you can like get an edge guard every time. It's one of those characters that you have to kind of situationally edge guard her when you can, and then once she gets to the ledge, you're still in a good spot because she doesn't have good ledge options. Okay, I guess we can go Sheik, I guess.
Oh, hell no, man.
Alright, so right now, I think, like for a while, Wizrobe was like pretty ahead of the Sheik metagame just because he played against like Plup all the time in Florida. But recently, I think Nun versus Sheik has been like really great material to study. Yeah, basically, he's excellent at getting the up throw follow-ups because he has really crispy movement out of his up throws, and his edge guards are just fantastic, right? So the main things in this matchup are
using CC to get grabs. Like I'll put this in bold because it's really important. I feel like getting out of hitting your edge guards. Very important to ending stocks. On defense, using SCI to get out of jab tech chase, and using CC to counter F tilt spam.
Getting out of like tech chases, man, that's so fucking hard.
Right. Yeah. So basically, what you want to do is first you just do lots of tech in places and like force them to like test their reactions. If they're consistent at hitting your tech chases with their tech chases, you start doing a lot more missed techs on purpose. So usually someone will do is they'll have either a style where they read a lot with their tech chases, where they use up smashes and like dash attacks, and then the other one is more of like a pure reaction where they're trying to tech chase you with grab over and over again. So if they're trying to tech chase you with grab over and over again, the best thing you can do, the hardest thing you can do, is doing tech in place maybe like 30 to 40% of the time, and then doing like miss tech like the other 40% of the time with either like get up attack, regular get up, and rolls. Then the other like 20% doing tech rolls. If you do that balance, it's basically the hardest for them to cover. You can also do every once in a while just do like 4 tech in places in a row, try to mix them up, and like mash jab at the start of each of one of them, right? To me, the philosophy I like to go of getting out of tech chases is that like I like to have a game plan that assumes my opponent is playing as good as possible, or my opponent is going to be on point that day, right? Because like if I have to rely on like reacting to what I think my opponent's gonna do, it just becomes a lot more random because like on that certain day they could be reacting really well or really bad. So I could be abusing a habit that will never exist again. So it's just not reliable. I'd rather have like a game plan that works like the most on average, right? So
but it's kind of a mind game, yeah. Like
you read exactly.
You read what they're gonna read. Like
when you play against better players, though, it doesn't really matter because they're not reading you; they're just reacting. Especially like Sheik versus Falcon, she would just pure react all your tech chases.
Yeah, but you gotta juke him. You know.
How do you juke him? What do you mean?
Like just mixing up, like when you like the classic scrub thing, like just DIing the way you're gonna roll. But then you can DI like away and tech in, those kind of stuff. Like you just, I don't know, like when you just go the opposite direction you're DIing, most of the time it throws off people. Like you do
Yeah,
you do the,
that's
you do
a
the
good
script
mix
stuff.
up.
Yeah, you do the script stuff at first, and then they think you're bad, and then like whenever you're DIing some way, like they're gonna cover that way, and then you can like
Yeah, so to me, basically, you just want to like balance out all your tech options, be as random as possible, and make it as hard as possible to tech chase. So if they're going for like reads, then you want to adapt your playstyle to what they're reading, right? So I was talking more about like a pure reaction situation, but if they're using reads very often, you obviously want to avoid what they're reading, right? So usually people try to read either tech rolls or they try to read tech and place mistech. They usually do one or the other. On average, people just read tech place, and because that's the most common like panic option people do. So it's, tech rolls can be good, but then the next level is people reading tech rolls, and you know you can mix it back and forth. But you want to try to see what they're covering on average. But you know you got to remember it's like a mind game, like Max said, where you're both playing this kind of mini game where you're trying to read what they're reading.
Yeah. But I feel what's hard about it is like I feel like my problem right now is like whenever I get tech chase is like I want to get out so bad, and like like it makes me want to throw my controller, man. Like I hate it, man. Like getting grabbed against Sheik, it's like, oh fuck. Like it takes so long since like you gotta wait so long just to move again.
Yeah, you're getting wobbled, dude.
Yeah, and it makes
It's one of those
obvious.
matchups where like you can get punished really hard, but you gotta remember that her actual throws and her like when she's hard tech chasing you, she might be able to get like down through a pummel, down through a pummel, down through a pummel. But it's really hard for her to tech chase you with like hard hitting moves like Falcon. So you might get tech chased like 5 times in a row, which might be like, oh, this is brutal, I'm getting wobbled. But you only take like 40%, and then you can just get stomp, knee, up air, and then edge guard her and kill her at like really low percent, right? So like it feels shit to get like wobble because it takes forever to get tech chase, but you're actually not taking that much percent over like the period of time when you're getting tech chase. Like stomp knee does almost as much damage as like 3 tech chases or 4 tech chases does.
Yeah.
Right? So
It's more of a mentality thing. Like
yeah.
Like I just want to get out so bad that it makes it obvious of how I'm gonna take and shit. Like those probably get attacks and like that.
Dude, if you have a good punish game, and you know you're gonna kill her after the tech chase, so you're gonna feel better.
Yeah. I think that's how Dunn plays it, where he's just very patient when he's trying to get out of tech chase situations. So then once he's out, he really makes the most of all of his opportunities when he gets his openings. Yeah, up throw is really great to set up edge guards. You can do like up throw double up air off stage. You can kill if they don't DI like absolutely perfectly. You can do like down throw regrab at low percent. Like you can get tech chases down throw low percent as well.
You can true CC F tilts until like I think it's like mid 80%, like others do 70%. For grabs, so like run up down holds, really good versus Sheik when you are at 4%.
Because if you're right underneath Sheik, so let's say she's in the air, right?
Yeah.
Think of any move she can do at really low percent when she's in the air to hit you. That's safe. There's like nothing. She can nair you. It'll probably weak hit, grab, back air, weak hit, grab. Even if it's strong hits, you can crouch cancel, grab it. Fair, crouch cancel, grab it. Like all those are like true punishes. Like at anything before 40%, right? And then even if you're past 40%, if you're 80% and she weak back airs you, you can grab that. If she weak nairs you, you can grab that. She's really abusable with crouch cancel.
When sharking Sheik, try to stay directly underneath her.
Okay, so Sheik's kind of one of these interesting characters where she has really good like diagonal hits, but like directly up like beneath her, she doesn't have a great hitbox. So, like let me show you an example. So, so like this is let's say this is Sheik, right? So like think of like Sheik's hitboxes, right? She has fair, which covers like a good like hitbox like this, right? It's kind of like a diagonal hitbox, right? It's like this big diagonal kind of like this space in front of her that's like kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
And then her back air is kind of like the same thing with the opposite, where it kind of like sticks out behind her like this, right? Kind of diagonal, right? But if you think about it, like directly above her, she doesn't really have a great hitbox to cover directly above her. I mean, she has like up air, but it's really committal, has a lot of lag. She has like nair, which is like okay, I guess, but then it's kind of awkward because again, it has a ton of lag. It lasts a really long time. She has down air, which is just like terrible. It covers underneath her, but it's like crouch cancelable to like forever, and it's just like really garbage. So when you're sharking Sheik, if you're directly underneath her, she basically what she has to do is she has to kind of drift away from you and try to force herself in this diagonal situation, right? So here Sheik is in a bad spot already. Like she wants, I don't know why I made the platforms like this, but whatever. She wants to she wants to basically get
Yeah,
like a
forward.
diagonal. That way she can back air you here, right? So imagine if she was like, so in this situation, Sheik's in a great spot because like she can drop fair you, right?
Yeah.
But in this situation, she's kind of in a bad spot here. So as Sheik here, you'd want to reposition, and you'd want to reposition here to get a back air, or you'd want to reposition. Sorry, yeah, you reposition here to get a fair, or reposition here to get a back air, right?
True.
So when you're juggling Sheik and she's above you, you want to constantly play this game where you want to stay like directly underneath her, right? Does that make sense?
Mm.
So juggling Sheik is like really good if you can do it.
Yeah. When getting comboed hard, SDI/GI, full away.
So basically, Sheik has like kind of an interesting 50-50 a lot of the time, where her fair and her down smash send you at like atrociously bad angles if you hold away. But
Yeah.
every single one of her combo moves doesn't combo if you hold away. So F tilt, up air, nair, back air, like nothing combos if you just hold away. So if you think she's gonna try to combo you, you just hold hard away every single time. In general, it's usually better to just hold away versus Sheik, because Falcon's heavy enough that even if you do get hit by fair, you can sometimes land on stage and like either omps attack it or get a slide off, and you're fine.
Yeah.
The more you hold in, like the harder it is, or sorry, yeah, the less you hold in, the harder it is for her to finish her combos, pretty much.
It's just like it feels so controversial. Like you want to hold in, like
Yeah, it definitely feels counterintuitive because it's like some scrub Sheiks will just end their combos early, but like when you're playing as a Sheik that really extends their combos, it like you just get kind of brutalized by like F tilt, F tilt, F tilt, up air, back air, and nair, and you're like, oh my god, I'm getting just like wobbled here. But in reality, if you just hold away, you just get out.
yeah, true.
Edge guard, flowchart. Make sure you fresh before she poofs. Yeah. Then do either stop me or
Very similar to Sheik, or sorry, very similar to Marth, but just the spacing is a little different. So versus Sheik, the edge guard is kind of interesting, where it depends how far she is. So like, let's say you're Falcon here, you're holding the ledge. So let's see, let's just
Hold that.
you're Falcon here, you're holding the ledge, right? And then Sheik has basically two mix-ups, right? If she's close, so let's say she's here, and she still has her double jump, right? She can go like low, and then double jump, and then up B, and then get the kind of the poof here, and then the double poof, right? Or if she's like kind of high, she has the mix-up of like kind of going high and either going to here on the platform or going straight down to kind of back to the ledge. You know what I'm talking about, that one?
Yeah.
Right.
I've actually never seen that, going back to the ledge from like.
Yeah, if you're here as Sheik, if you're like right over the ledge but high, you can actually go straight. You can poof here and go straight down and get to the ledge. It's basically all of her mix-ups are counterable if you have good reaction. So if she's not in range to hit you with her up B, like the poof,
yeah,
you should never be scared, and you should always just normal get up and then punish her. So all you want to do, if she's too far away to ever hit you with poof, so let's say she's like already burnt her double jump here.
Yep.
Here you literally just you sit here as Falcon, you just wait. You just literally sit here. You don't even need to do normal get up. You just wait. You just chill. You chill. That B can't hit you. She tries to go to ledge. She'll just appear here, then she'll just fall and die. And she goes on stage. You just knee it, reverse knee it, whatever.
Yeah.
Now if she's closer, it becomes a little harder, right? Now if she's closer, she has her mix-ups here. So you have a mix-up yourself as Falcon. So if she goes kind of like this low one, I'm talking about double poof. Double poof, you can always beat it by just doing drops down back air. Because the only way you can set up double poof is to be close enough to you that you get hit by drops down back air. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She cannot do double poof without being close enough that you can do a drops down aerial. Never. It's impossible.
Yeah, you gotta call it though. Like...
Yeah. So if you know she has her double jump and she's going low, it's a good chance she's trying to set this up, right? So that's a good time to go for her drops down back air. Now if she's higher right here, again, she's too high, her poof can't hit you. So what you do here is you wait for the poof, and then you do drop, double jump, then you see where she's going to land, right? If she's going for the platform here, you land on stage here, and then if you can, you try to get a stomp. If you don't have enough time, you get an up air. But basically, all of her mix-ups rely on her hoping that you basically get up too early, which makes you lose your invincibility, or you get up too late and you get hit by like a double poof, or she's close enough that the poof can hit you, right? But like I said, all of her mix-ups that involve hitting you at the ledge with her up B, you can just hit her out of it. All of them. Yeah. So be more confident doing that.
Yeah, when Chubby's near the ledge, you gotta regular get up, like, at some point. Like, when she poofs you, want to regular get up when she's close to you so it doesn't hit you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like I said, if she is close enough, you should hit her and you just get a free kill from it if she's low. But again, if she has her double jump, it becomes a little more complicated. But you just want invincibility once she poofs, pretty much. If you do a regular get up or a roll, once she poofs, you have invincibility, so you can punish her lag out at the end of it. Another thing too, I don't know if you know this, but the higher you up B, the less lag you have on her up B. Yeah. So if she goes really high, she basically has no lag. If she goes like barely on stage, she has a ton of lag. So knowing the amount of lag, like generally, gives you enough time to set up either a stomp or a knee or something.
Nice Slimers. We see less of them since they can't wobble anymore.
Yeah, they're a little bit more rare, but you're still gonna run into them every once in a while. It's like good to just like to have a general game plan. So basically, the game plan is to split them up, and edgeguard Nana is like the main. That's like the main thing. Your splits. Like how would you split up the climbers if you had a free opportunity neutral?
The last thing I remember playing an Ice Climber, like it's so old, man. Like it's so far. Like like my game plan was just to yeet them apart, like just run
stomp or
I would just need like I would just run up me.
Yeah, so like basically you want to prioritize moves that are safe on shield. So knee is safe on shield if you do it properly, and stomp isn't safe on shield. So generally trying to knee to separate is better, but you can also use back air. You can use up air too. So you basically want to do like lots of dash dance. Oops, I didn't know that.
Lots of dash dance and play patient. Wait for their big swings.
Yeah, you kind of
grab slash down smash slash boing boing jab. Then use knee or stomp to punish lag. Then pure focus on killing Nana. Versus Sopo, you can just play like a wiener and dash camp and get them both knees.
That's a perfect game plan right there, boys.
There you go.
Down throw yeets, I like that. Yeah.
This is perfect. I'm not gonna go too in depth with ice climbers because like only run into.
Yeah, but I'm gonna remember that, you know, like dash dance, grab,
down
throw yeets. Yeah, I'm gonna remember that.
Okay, Pikachu. This is a bit of a weird one. So I actually think that this like kind of a controversial matchup because like it's such a rare one to see. Like some people think Pikachu wins, some people think that Falcon wins, some people think it's even. I personally think the Falcon wins.
Yeah.
But it's just a matchup you don't get to play that often, so it's kind of weird. Usually versus Pikachu, you want to up throw because you can get like a lot of follow-ups from it. Gravy and what's that other Falcon called? Sechi made some pretty interesting stuff on the up throw follow-ups you can get versus Pikachu. Basically, on average, you can do up throw up air a lot, and then at higher percents, you can use up throw knee. And then let's say you up throw Pikachu, they full DI away, you can use knee. If they double jump, they double jump into the knee, and then if they land, you can get tech chase afterwards. So you can get like option coverage really well versus Pikachu. Up throw follow-ups. Alright, very good. In neutral, okay.
So in neutral, abuse CC versus Nair at low percent.
So basically, Pikachu's only way to like get a clean open up is try to do Nair, which you can crouch cancel. So if you're backwards, like, let's say you're facing backwards, whenever you get hit by any move and you crouch cancel it, it actually faces you towards the character, right? So you can use this like kind of trick where you face away from your opponent, they nair you as Pikachu, and you kind of just get hit towards them and you can get a grab. So crouch cancel grab or crouch cancel stomp is like good versus Pikachu Nair at low percent. If they're using like lots of shields and like trying to shield drop, get setups like that, you can just use like safe up airs. In general, you want to just basically play really patient and use defensive nairs.
So Nair in place beats almost all of Pika's approaches.
So if you just do like the shield stop Nair in place, it's really strong. It's hard for Pikachu to deal with that because he doesn't have like a great like option coming down. His Dare is like really committal, has a lot of lag. It doesn't hit very strong either. So if you just use Nair in place a lot, it kind of stuffs up his Nair approaches. The main way that Pikachu gets approaches is just doing cross-up Nairs and doing shields like pressure on you basically.
Also be aware of like down smashes. It sends
you can STI them.
Yeah, no, but it sends you weird sometimes, man.
Yeah, if it's stale, you go really far up, right?
I don't know what's up, man. Like it's weird, man. Just like,
yeah.
Like crouches hold down smash, like be like that.
All of his
moves, all of Pika's electric moves are extremely SDI-able and easy to combo DI. And when getting back thrown, don't do an instant panic jump, otherwise tail spikes.
That's basically like the main thing with hitting. You don't want to just instantly panic jump because like that's the option that Pikachu is gonna read the most. FD is really rough because you basically get just like completely wobbled with up throw and there's like not much you can do about it. But not like you can make it the hardest by doing
when getting up thrown, do very slight behind. That's the hardest for them with the cover. Then like buffer, jump, / air dodge.
Yeah, that's like the main things for Pikachu. Like I said, it's kind of a weird matchup. I can't say I've played it that much, but I played it a few times as Falcon, and like it just seemed like nair in place and back air spam seemed really good.
Fair spam also stuffs out most of Pika's approaches.
This is one matchup where approaching is not nearly as good as playing defense. Like playing deep defensive Falcon is like a lot better in this matchup.
Would you try to edge guard Pikachu?
Yeah. No. Oh shit.
Basically, what you want to do is you want to, if you have the ability to grab the ledge before able to up B, you want to have invincibility when he's up being towards you. But then he has to kind of mix up where he can go really far on stage or he can go on a platform. So it's kind of a bait where you want to trick him. It's kind of, usually it's kind of a 50-50 where you want to either get up early and try to punish the on stage. Yeah. But if you do that, you're kind of forfeiting the ledge, right? So you want to try to like trick him by holding the ledge a few times earlier on, to kind of convince him that like, okay, so he's gonna hold the ledge and then force him to go on stage and then start trying to read him going on stage instead of the ledge, right?
It's all about mix up. Yeah.
Right. So like here, let me just show you. So basically Pikachu has like this mix up here. So like again, let's just say Falcon's here.
Oh shit.
So Pikachu basically has like two options where she can go like,
damn.
Really, she can go like up down right to ledge, right? Or she can go like this, boom boom, or like you can go like this, or you can go like this, right? So these are like the three like main options when it comes to Pikachu's recovery. So as Falcon, you want to just hard cover one as well as you can. So at the beginning of this set, I said you can just do roll here, and then if Pikachu tries to just go like this to the ledge, it just beats it. But then later on, you could read Pikachu trying to go like this by doing ledge jump and then full jumps knee or full jump stomp, or you can try to do like rolling early on and then trying to punish this, right? So basically you just want to hard cover one of these options, either like this, or like this. That's like her like Pikachu's three main recovery options. Wait, let me show you one thing first, actually, just with Pikachu that I was talking about with the up throw. So like I said, like a lower percent, you just get up throw up air and you get a combo. Oops.
What's up in my computer?
Basically, Pikachu is like no way to get out. If you just air dodge, you can just react, and then you can just get up air knee or whatever. So about higher percents, you can just do up throw knee and a combos. Yeah, unless you get like a frame perfect air dodge. If you're perfect here, you can get up throw knee. I'm like sort of certain of that, right? But if they DI a full away, which they should be doing, let me see. You can get dash up air knee here. Oops. Maybe a little. You can also do down throw check chase at low percent, but it's kind of hard to tech chase Pikachu because he is like really good second place. You know about his tech chase being 2 frames better than everyone else's?
I did.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but his second place is just 2 frames faster than every other character. So that's why it's like kind of hard to tech chase Pikachu. Samus. I think Falcon kind of shits on Samus. I'm not gonna lie. I think Falcon is probably maybe Samus's worst matchup. It's one of the bad ones. So kind of like a lot of mid tiers and low tiers, you just want to force Samus really high in the air and just kind of up air and just run her around the stage like Ferris wheel time, where you just like take her for adventure, right? So
once she's grounded, respect her tilts and / down smashes, and general CC game. Do not approach with air at low percents. This is a big one.
So basically, Samus's main way to get reversals and combo starters on Falcon is to do like crouch cancel down smash on nair. This is like so common and it's so painful where like Falcon just try overshoot nair versus Samus when there's no reason to do it, right? Like think about why you're overshooting nairing. You're overshooting nairing versus characters that do dash dance spam or like run away from you. Samus is not going to do that. She's going to sit there down holding. Every time, she'll do it every time. So when you want to approach with moves that are good against crouch cancel. So like Stomp is good. So
main approach, yeah, Stomps, yeah, should be grabbing the CC or using Stomps / knee into shields. Once you force Samus in the air, keep her there with up airs and try to bait scrubby nairs, then punish. Never use down throw, it literally doesn't work. Didn't know that.
Just always use up throw. I mean, at high percent you can, but you never get your follow up with down throw.
Yeah, she's so thick, man. You throw so slow. Even with Yoshi, man, it feels weird. Like,
maybe at high percent. If you are gonna use down throw, then like bait her to try mashing up B or something is good. Yoshi's probably better than Luigi, but whatever. Let's do Yoshi first. Alright, Yoshi's, we're getting the really fucking weird characters now, where it's like I'm playing more off my intuition than knowing exact matchup notes. So Yoshi, there's some interesting stuff, like, do you know about the dash attack to beat like the egg spam?
No, I didn't know that. Like on the ledge?
Yeah, so let me find a clip of this. So I don't know how many Yoshis you're playing that are gonna have to do this, but if yeah, so like, look, we can do here. So like, there's like this egg spam, right?
Yep.
Now the egg spam isn't actually fully invincible. It's you're vulnerable for 1 frame, right? So like, how do you beat this like almost fully invincible projectile spam? It seems pretty obnoxious. But Falcon's dash attack, which is normally really terrible, actually has a pretty interesting property here, where it's active for a long enough time that you can actually trade with the egg and hit the Yoshi while he's still it's still vulnerable, right? So you trade, and then you can just punish the air dodge, right?
Damn, what the fuck?
So that's a good thing to know, just a random piece of knowledge. So
use dash attack versus egg stallers. Yoshi really struggles to attack unless using wavelands / shield drops. So respect him
on platforms. So basically, Yoshi doesn't have a fast approach option in neutral when he's grounded, right? Like, just think about what he can. Like, his nair is kind of jank, is pretty weak. Not a great way to just like approach. His fair takes a long time to start up. Most of his approaches come from doing wavelands because you can get some speed using wavelands, right? So when he's on platforms, you have to kind of respect him a lot more. But once you have like him grounded, like on the stage, that's when your open ups become much better. So using nairs and up airs and back airs when he's on the ground is much better than when he's shielding. Yoshi also has a weird property when he's shielding. He has like no shield stun, so when his shield is just really jank. It's hard to explain, but you basically you don't want to just attack his shield when he's platforming because he can instant shield drop up or you every single time, and it's really easy for him to get open ups if you just constantly hit his shield. So
try to avoid hitting his shield on platforms unless it's fully spaced here. Or fully spaced up here, I'd say. In general, you want to try to use knee to break his armor. Yeah, then up air him to kill.
You can legit like our knee drop with him up air. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like that's
your knee is your best tool to break his armor, and then in neutral, defensive, bears / knees / I guess like pivot knees.
I really hate his down tilts, man.
Are really good. Yeah, his down tilt is set knockback, so it actually sends like always like really far, even at really low percent.
Yeah.
It's kind of janky. You can like die from getting down to double down tilt at like 0. It's pretty obnoxious.
What else? When comboing, try to maximize percent because he's gonna recover anyways.
So it's better to do like triple up air than it is to just do up air knee because like he's just gonna double jump and get to ledge anyways, right?
Yeah,
Gets on stage. So you just want to get as much damage as you can in all your combos. All right, Luigi.
Basically, just good Sopo. You have to respect his good ground game / smash attacks.
So have you heard this meme that like Luigi is the Rook of Melee?
The what?
Do you know? Have you played chess before?
Yeah.
Do you know like the rook, like the how you can only go like back and forth? You can't go diagonally.
Not all, yeah.
So basically, Luigi is like the opposite of Sheik. So you know, I was talking about Sheik has good hitboxes diagonally. Luigi is like the opposite, where he has like amazing vertical movement, but his like, or sorry, amazing horizontal movement, but his like vertical. So basically, Luigi, so Luigi can go back and forth like really well, right? So he can go like boom, like this. But his aerial drift is literally the worst in the entire game. So like, if he's here and he tries to full drift here, he's like barely gonna move. Like Falcon could basically go like this, whoa, all the way across. Luigi can like barely move at all, right? Like
kind of sucks, bro.
Like Luigi can like maybe go this far, right? So like once you force like Luigi in the air, he basically has two choices. He can stick out his like big nair, which basically covers his entire body. It's basically like a trade me button, where it's like, okay, this is like it's like a shield in the air. Like at best, I'll trade with you, and then like at worst, I'll just get hit, right? So it's not a great option, but it's one of his only options, right? So what you want to do is once you get Luigi above you, you want to just basically dash dance and like force him to either stick out an air or a down air, and then punish it. So you just want to stay underneath him constantly, force him in the air, and then like you get boom, 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 lots of hits. Then on the ground, like I said, he moves really well back and forth, but you can just use platforms a lot. So this is one of the matchups where you want to use platforms a lot as Falcon. Once you're on a platform and you force him to kind of approach you, he has a hard time jumping towards you because you can kind of react to him. So like lots of platform camping, lots of like smart decisions, and edge guarding is pretty easy too.
Can't wait to see Max platform camp with Luigi.
Edge guarding.
No worries, it's gonna happen soon.
You can knee the startup of side B. So side B is a lot of startup. You can go out and knee it if you have enough.
Yeah.
If he goes low, just grab ledge. And he's fucked.
So you just, if you're invincible, you just refresh your invincibility. He up Bs. He cannot drift on stage. His drift is so shit. He cannot get on stage.
You could literally just get hit by his up B and you're fine, right? Like
yeah, the coin does 1 damage and you're out of hit stun almost immediately. It's really bad.
It's the worst thing. But it normally like it scares you and you just
abuse his shit recovery and keep him in the air.
All right, so this is like a pretty good, like just like random notes. I have like I had a thing like this when I was playing Puff, and then like I would adjust this obviously like this is just like pretty rough, and then like if I played a set I would maybe adjust a few things. I would like like I said fill this in, then I would add to this as I played, right? So like let's say I just play a set versus a Marth, and I just realized something that's important for me to remember. I would just like add it in, right? So let me just control C this. I'll just send this to you.
You would bring your computer to the left, right? To the weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
But you can just put this on your phone and just have it like that. It's easy.
Yeah, how do you think you got good fast?
Damn, not bad, bro. I feel like
what
we
do you
have,
mean
like,
by mindsets?
Well, we went to it a little bit, but just like before playing a character, like or like he was talking about with Sheik how like when he's getting like chain grabbed or like getting when he's getting tech chase, how it feels like he really wants to get out and he's like not enjoying the game when he's getting tech chase or whatever like that, right? Just like when you have a really good game plan in your matchup, you should always like never get tilted pretty much. You should just rely on like knowing that your set play is better than your opponent's. Then even if something unlucky happens or something frustrating happens, you can always bring it back, right? And like that's easier said than done, especially in tournament. Like I know the feeling of getting frustrated from just getting like randomly cheesed or like missing tech skill and dying, but just like remembering that like if you rely on your game plan, you play well, you can always bring back like the game. Yeah, so we wrote a lot of notes down, so there's like a lot of stuff to remember. I figure I just like try to like reinforce some of the things with a couple of characters. Like crouch canceling is like still a main one, like where it's like really good against Sheik and like kind of bad against Peach. So I figured I'd try to do like a mixed match there. Yeah, but you can definitely go over those notes yourself. Like I said, I'll send them over to you, and then you could try some of the stuff out in there. Like, let me know if some of the things are working for you, if you see any improvements in matchups, or if some things are not working for you. If that makes sense.
So yeah, now you have your book, Max, your document to like.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my iPhone.
Yeah, I'll send you the doc, and you can just have it in your notes, and you can like look over it before sets, and then think about the matchup a little bit, and yeah, try to practice some stuff on unranked as well.
Yes. Next week is the last one.
Yeah.
The end of a good moment.
That's the last one next week?
Yeah, last week. Thank you guys for being here.
thanks for the coaching sessions, man.
Yeah, thanks, Legend. Thanks, Max.
Yep.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, man.
Bye bye.
Boys.